Argentina are stepping directly into the most sophisticated, high-stakes and historically charged international collision of the modern era. A grand finale dripping with prestige, a match carrying the heavy burden of global supremacy, the defense of the ultimate crown, and the definitive closing chapter of the greatest story the game has ever told. Standing directly in their path is the most polished, tactical collective in the world. That is Spain, the rulers of the European game. And this Sunday at MetLife Stadium, Argentina must find a way past La Roja to retain their throne and capture consecutive world titles in Lionel Messi's final goodbye. I personally feel Argentina are going to win by the slimmest of margins, but to pretend this will be a comfortable ride would be an absolute lie. This is the exact fixture the entire tournament has been building toward, because there is a terrifying reality the Argentine camp must confront. Spain don't just play football, they dictate the terms of reality. They don't panic, they don't fracture, and they manipulate the ball with a methodical, rhythmic cruelty. The moment you think you've compromised their structure, their young genius changes the game. Lamine Yamal. He hasn't been lighting up the stat sheet with goals or assists this tournament, but his sheer influence on the pitch completely defies his youth. Every time he touches the ball, defenses are forced to double-team him. It isn't luck, it is a footballing empire reborn, and that is deeply intimidating. But the true significance of this final, the reason it captures the global imagination, is a story that feels less like sports and more like ancient folklore. Spain versus Argentina is the ultimate passing of the torch. It is the clash of two iconic Barcelona Number 10s, shaped by the exact same cathedral of football. This isn't just a final, it's a destiny written in the stars. Nearly 20 years ago, a 20-year-old Lionel Messi stood inside a Camp Nou locker room for a charity photo shoot and literally bathed a baby Lamine Yamal in a plastic tub. It was a completely random moment in time, but it plays like prophecy today. That infant has grown into the undisputed prince of Spanish football, carrying the hopes of a generation. Now, the child who was quite literally blessed by the king is tasked with taking his crown. Can Yamal's youthful energy stop the evergreen, immortal genius of Messi? Or will the master show his chosen successor that the throne isn't vacant just yet? It is the most beautiful, poetic storyline in World Cup history. Consider how Argentina arrived at this moment, because their journey has been an exercise in pure, unadulterated survival. They kicked off Group J with total control, dismantling Algeria 3-0 before a historic night against Austria. Lionel Messi missed an early penalty, but recovered to score twice in a 2-0 win, breaking the all-time men's World Cup scoring record with his 18th goal. They closed the group by easing past Jordan to secure a perfect 9 points. But once the knockout rounds began, the defending champions stepped onto a tightrope. In the round of 32, a fearless Cape Verde team dragged them into deep water, forcing extra time before a dramatic 111th minute own goal rescued Argentina in a 3-2 thriller. In the round of 16, they stared into the abyss, falling 2-0 behind to an electric Egypt squad. Scaloni turned to his tactical bench, and a furious second-half fight-back saw Christian Romero and Messi level the score, before Enzo Fernandez headed home a miraculous winner in stoppage time to steal it 3-2. The quarterfinals against Switzerland in Kansas City brought more heart-stopping theatre. Alexis McAllister headed in a messy corner early on, but the Swiss fought back to draw level at 1-1. Trailing in energy and pushed into extra time yet again, it required a moment of absolute genius. In the 112th minute, Julian Alvarez unleashed a spectacular 25-yard rocket into the top corner, before Lautaro Martínez put the gloss on a grueling 3-1 victory. Then came the semi-final clash against England in Atlanta, a legendary, high-stakes drama. When Anthony Gordon struck first to give England a shock 1-0 lead, the world thought the champions were finally out of answers. Argentina immediately switched up a gear, but at first, it looked like the football gods had turned their backs. Jordan Pickford made a string of miraculous saves in the England goal, and McAllister Iniesta unluckily struck the post twice, but this team simply refuses to die. Out of nowhere, Messi found an inch of space and fed Enzo Fernandez, who curled a spectacular strike into the net to level the match. Then, in the 92nd minute, Messi took control again, lofting a flawless, tactical ball into the penalty box for Lautaro Martínez to win the match with a thumping header. 4 massive escapes this tournament, and the holders are still standing. If you love videos like these, hit like and subscribe. We're reaching for 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Join the journey and let's reach that goal together. Spain's road, conversely, started with a massive shock that nobody saw coming. In their opening group match, Cape Verde and their goalkeeper Vozinha frustrated them completely, holding La Roja to a stunning 0-0 draw. Suddenly, the entire football world doubted them, writing scripts that this transition-heavy Spain side didn't have what it took to break down low blocks or go all the way. But after that wake-up call, Luis de la Fuente's men responded with terrifying, mathematical precision. They adjusted their spacing, unlocked their verticality, and tore through the rest of the group before embarking on a historic knockout run. In the round of 32, they choke-held Austria, managing a comfortable clean sheet to progress. The round of 16 brought a high-intensity Iberian derby against Portugal, in a deeply tactical affair where Rodri completely suffocated the midfield. Spain manufactured a dramatic injury-time winner to send Cristiano Ronaldo home in a 1-0 triumph. In the quarterfinals, they faced a highly physical Belgium squad. Squeezing the pitch and baiting the Belgians into breaking their defensive shape, Spain ground out a mature 2-1 victory to equal the all-time European unbeaten record. By the time they reached the semi-finals against France, they looked utterly untouchable. Slicing through one of the most stubborn defensive units in the world, they secured a flawless 2-0 victory. It was their 6th clean sheet of the tournament, making them the first team in World Cup history to record 6 shutouts in a single edition. A precision machine that has forgotten how to lose. Spain under De La Fuente operate in a dynamic, high-pressing 4-3-3. Everything originates with Rodri, the metronome, supported by the tireless running of Fabian Ruiz and Olmo. They stretch opposing defenses wider than any team in the world, using Yamal and co to force structural fractures. When Spain pushes forward, they leave massive spaces open, and that is exactly where Lionel Messi waits. The defining puzzle of this match isn't how Spain defends Messi in the box, it's how they stop him the moment they lose the ball. Rodri and Fabian Ruiz cannot afford to give him a single yard of clarity in transition. If Spain's counter-press fails to suffocate Messi immediately on the turnover, he will turn and shred their high defensive line with one pass. Surrounding Messi is world-class defensive quality. Cuti Romero brings aggressive, streetwise defending to the backline, and alongside him is Lisandro Martinez, arguably the absolute best ball-playing defender in the world, capable of launching a deadly counter-attack with a single pass. And Emiliano Martinez in goal remains the ultimate psychological weapon. Spain counter with an immense depth of talent, featuring Aymeric Laporte and Pau Kubasi anchoring a rock-solid defense. They also possess Mikel Oyarzabal up front, whose intelligent positioning replaces standard striking roles, and Mikel Merino off the bench, who has been incredibly clutch for Spain in this tournament whenever they need a late spark. That is the psychological friction of this entire match. Spain possess the deeper, fresher squad and the physical advantage. Argentina possess something completely unquantifiable, the mythical belief that history ultimately bends to their will. The absolute certainty that in the face of disaster, Lionel Messi will pen the perfect ending. Chasing a lead against Spain's possession is a nightmare, meaning the opening goal in New York will dictate the terms of engagement. Absolute system versus absolute destiny. The most sophisticated tactical unit in international football against the ultimate champion side that simply refuses to be broken. Spain's collective perfection against Argentina's immortal willpower, and the final bow of Lionel Messi. It all unfolds under the lights at MetLife Stadium. The data favors Spain on paper, but this is Argentina. This is the final dance of the greatest to ever play the game. If there is one team capable of breaking Spanish hearts and making history bend to their will one last time, it is this one. By the time the final whistle echoes, one of these two giants will have broken the football world forever. Either Spain initiates a terrifying new era of global dominance, or Messi writes the most impossible final chapter in sports history. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and leave your predictions below. Spain or Argentina?